Back for day 26. First of all, I want to say I'm very sorry for not posting the last couple of days. I think this was a prime example of needing to listen to your body. On Saturday, we were just jam-packed with things all day, and I got really, really busy, and by the time I was home and could lift, it was 10 already. And the day before that, I think it was day 25, I had done some back squat really heavy, so I was also pretty sore. I was on my feet for most of the day. And then the next day was Sunday, and I don't lift on Sundays. Now, I debated yesterday, being Sunday, I debated actually lifting because I didn't on Saturday, but I decided not to stick to the no Sunday rule. So I feel like a moron for saying I was going to squat every day except Sunday and then missing 2 days in a row. So I'm sorry, but I'm back. And I think a big key that comes with that, and I've said it a million times, and I'll continue to say it, but this being a daily workout challenge, essentially, it's very important that I listen to my body and I don't try and push my limits. I think there's a fine line between pushing your limits and being smart about it and pushing your limits and being an idiot and hurting yourself. Because now that I'm out in the real world, if I am not listening to my body and I decide I'm just going to push it and go hard, I could injure myself and miss work and miss money, and then we would be in a pinch. So it's funny how it took me 4 or 5 years to actually learn that I need to just listen to my body and respond to it properly. And I think if I had initially, in the beginning, during my collegiate track years, I probably would have avoided injury a couple times. And for those of you who are not aware, I ran track 4 years in college. I guess only 3. My senior year, I broke my ankle before competition started. So I just called it quits. Still came to practice and hung out with the guys and kind of coached a little bit, but couldn't do a whole lot more than that. But I hurt my hamstring 3 years in a row, freshman, sophomore, junior year. And I broke my ankle senior year. And I think if I had actually been listening to my body during college, I would have probably prevented hurting myself. And who knows, maybe not. But that's what I really liked about my college track coach too, is he was very, very adamant about, look, there are days where we've been training really hard and you're allowed to listen to your body, but there's also a very distinct difference between being a baby and just not wanting to do the workout because, oh, I'm sore, I'm hurting, versus, no, I'm actually in pain. I'm listening to my body's shutting down, I need to be done. So I guess what I'm trying to say is my coach was really good at having discernment and distinguishing which people he could give the trust to listen to themselves versus some people who needed a little bit more motivation to, hey, no, you're fine, you're just sore. Continue the workout, you'll get through it. So yeah, today I did a little bit of squat warm-up, then I went and changed my clothes because I felt like an idiot. And today was a deadlift day, and I'm going to upload later this evening as well, kind of make up for the last couple days. So today, this earlier afternoon session was deadlift, and later today we had a really heavy front squat session. And here comes the verse for today. We have Galatians 6:1. Dear brothers and sisters, if another believer is overcome by some sin, you who are godly should gently and humbly help that person back onto the right path, and be careful not to fall into the same temptation yourself. Now, I have finished Galatians already. I'm into Ephesians now, but Galatians 5 and 6 was jam-packed with some fire. If you guys have not read Galatians 5 and 6, you should. I mean, Paul he spit some bars in Galatians 5 and 6. So moving into the working sets here. It being as humid as it is in the Midwest, I really need to invest in some chalk or something. I mean, you'll see me here just wiping my hands constantly, and it's not because the weight is necessarily heavy, but my hands are just so sweaty and moist from the humidity. So you'll see here, I look like a moron, but we had a sheet, a leftover bed sheet, that I end up using to wrap the bar just so I can move the weight. Because after this set of 275 here, I mean, I do one, and I barely got it up, and the weight isn't necessarily heavy, but it's my hands are just sweating like crazy. I mean, they're instantly wet. So I think for the summer times, I'm going to need to invest in some chalk. I'm going to need to invest in some chalk or either some wraps. I'm not a big fan of wraps. I think chalk is just fine. Because in competitions, and I'm not going to be doing any competitions, you're not allowed to use wraps. I mean, you can wear knee braces and, elbow braces and whatnot, but the physical wrist wraps that go around the bar to help give you more pull, you're not allowed to wear those. So I try and keep it as raw as I can. But see, you see there, the weight, I mean, my hand, I was irritated. I'm like, my hands are so sweaty. The weight's not even that heavy. So yeah, I look like an idiot here, but I grabbed a sheet, and it does the trick. You'll see here. I mean, do what you can with what you got, and this is what I got. So I made sure to get my feet planted before I actually would pull. Last thing I want is to be moving my feet while I'm about to lift. Yeah, aside from the sweaty hands, it was a great session today. I do I guess a normal grip on deadlift. I have both my palms facing out. Wait, palms, yeah. I have the outside of my hands facing out because I like to simulate as if I'm going to do a clean. I feel like a lot of powerlifters will alternate one hand, so they'll have one hand with their palm up and one hand with their palm in towards their body. Which, yeah, I think that's more effective in lifting weight, but my goal here is not necessarily lifting weight. It's to get comfortable with heavy weight in a clean position so that eventually, maybe, months in advance, we'll be cleaning heavier weight and it'll feel natural. So yeah, I kind of look like an idiot, but like I said, do what you can with what you got. I'll let the rest of this video play out here, but this is 3:25, I believe, and God bless, and I will post another one for later today.